Now, joining us on the news to discuss this development is Bertin Koovi, an African Affairs Analyst. Warm welcome to you, Bertin. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, Bertin, what could possibly be the reason for this internal fight in the military-led junta of Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Damiba in Burkina Faso?
Well, I greet all of our followers. 9 months ago, Damiba overthrew the president of Burkina Faso, a civilian. And the reason was the man was not able to defeat terrorism, and he took over. Then, since he's there, the situation is like falling from frying pan to fire. Is worse. And the way he's managing the power is like if he was elected. He has forgotten that he's there to fight terrorism. A week ago, no, what a week, 5 days ago, the terrorist has killed 11 militaries. And his colleagues are now tired of him not taking in account the reason they has overthrew the first president, and they decided to take over and see what they can really do. That's the main reason. They don't have any other reason than fighting terrorism themselves and having a leader who is really concerned about that.
Now, Bertin, could the recent happenings be attributed to yesterday's demonstrations in Bobo-Dioulasso seeking Colonel Damiba's exit and a return to democracy?
Well, as I told you, it has nothing to do really with any reason that you want. Is matter of security. That's all. They have no reason else, and they are not even really interested by power. They are interested on their own survival. Since Damiba is there, they have killed more than 300 militaries. And they are, I'm not from Burkina Faso. I am not against him. And I'm not defending those who overthrew him. But there is no solution than to put him aside and see what solution they can get. It has nothing to do with democracy. Before you talk about democracy, you should be in peace. You should be in security. Then you can talk about democracy at this level. And I hope ECOWAS will not come out and be talking about democracy. We are talking about the survival of people of Burkina Faso. That's the main concern now. Democracy can wait beside this. Democracy is not importing product that you bring from abroad to your country. You have to consider your own history and your situation.
Now, Bertin, when Colonel Paul-Henri Damiba overthrew the government of President Bertin Koovi, the reason given by the coup leader was that he hoped to, arrest the incessant security situation, the very bad situation rocking Burkina Faso. Now, he's a military ruler, and one would think that the situation is better. Are we seeing any success so far? How would you assess his 9 months in power since he took over from Bertin Koovi, looking at the security and lives of Burkinabes?
Well, from my point of view, I think the President Koovi should be dancing in his house, because those who overthrew him because of claiming that he failed fighting terrorism have failed also. In 9 months, they cannot build any economy. They cannot do anything that we can compare, so they don't have any result yet. But there was no reason to overthrow Koovi as they did. And if there was a reason, the reason should be to tackle terrorism, and they failed. So there was no need that justifies the first coup that they did themselves. And I'm sorry for the people of Burkina Faso for what they are passing through. But I will ask for something. I think Nigeria should play its leadership now. West African countries should gather hands and to fight terrorism together. How can you explain that those who are not militaries can take gun and be beating the militaries? Of course, I know Nigeria is facing Boko Haram,
yes,
but if we get hands together, we can end with this situation.
Now, finally, Bertin, talking about coming together to fight terrorism, just some days ago, Mali's transitional president, Assimi Goïta, welcomed Paul-Henri Damiba to a discussion on how they can both battle against jihadist groups. We do know that the French departed Mali earlier this year. What will this partnership bring as terrorist attacks have not ceased? Do you think Mali and Burkina Faso coming together to form, they're both part of the G5 Sahel already, could any positive developments evolve as a result of this partnership?
Well, I know some West African presidents went to see the president of Mali, but let me remind you, ECOMOG with Abacha in Liberia and Sierra Leone. We need a good leadership in the army. If somebody has to discuss with the president with people of Mali, it should not be civilians. It should be our generals, our soldiers, and I still believe that Nigeria still have a good military, as Abacha was when there was a problem in Sierra Leone when he was leading ECOMOG. Well, they have spoken, I think they were laughing, but what I expect is them to work together to put aside terrorism in our sub-region. We are tired of being afraid of taking the road, crossing the road, even living in our houses. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, thank you very much, Bertin Koovi, for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you. We do appreciate your insights and contribution